I'd been sending some songs I was writing, because I started writing songs because the Beatles did it, and so it seemed like an idea. And the owners of the Cavern then very kindly allowed us to use the Cavern Club as a rehearsal studio and recording studio. We were there one morning writing songs, and this chap came in with a big black coat on and a big hat and a big scarf. You could hardly see his face. He took the hat and coat off and took the scarf off, and it was Paul McCartney. And this was 1968, when Paul McCartney was probably one of the most famous people on the planet. And he came in, and the chap I was writing with, Fred Lloyd, he and his band had toured with the Beatles in the early 60s. And so he knew Paul, because they toured together for about 6 weeks. Paul said to Fred, "My God, Fred, what are you doing here?" And Fred said, "Well, I might ask the same about you." And he said, "Well, I've just got together with this girl from America called Linda. She wanted me to show her around Liverpool, around the places where we used to go. She said, let's go and have a look at the Cavern Club." So here we are, and she's outside in the car. I said, "Okay, if I bring her in." And Paul said, "But no press. I don't want anybody to know I'm here." He said, "Okay, yeah." And he brought Linda in. Nobody knew about her. He'd only just started going out with us, and nobody knew about her. Stunning American blonde walked into the Cavern Club. Fred was doing most of the jacketing, because I was completely gobsmacked at seeing this world-famous pop music star standing in front of me, unannounced and unexpected. And Linda then said, "Why don't you play, John and Fred, that song you've just written?" And Paul sat down and played "Hey Jude." And we'd never heard it before, hadn't been released at the time. And I told my friends about it, and I went back to university that night, and they wouldn't believe me. I said, "Well, if McCartney had turned up in Liverpool, everybody would know about it." I said, "No, he wanted to keep it secret." And nobody did know about it.